Well, on the sidelines of the China-Arab States Cooperation Forum, Chinese Vice President Wang Qishan has met with Egyptian Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. Wang has pledged China's support to Egypt. He says China is ready to enhance cooperation in various fields. For its part, Egypt has thrown its weight behind China's Belt and Road Initiative. It's also pledged to enhance coordination with China on regional peace and development. Well, now for more on the outcomes of the summit, we are joined from Beijing by Wu Guoxiu and Yasser Hakim in Cairo. Let's start with you, Wu Guoxiu. China and Arab states, as we've heard, have agreed to establish a strategic partnership. What more can you tell us about this?
Well, President Xi announced that China and Arab countries had agreed to establish a future-oriented strategic partnership of comprehensive cooperation and common development. Well, literally, by strategic, it means that the cooperation should be long-term and stable, bearing on the larger picture of bilateral ties. By partnership, it means that the cooperation should be equal-footed, mutually beneficial, and win-win. Anyway, this is seen as a milestone for China-Arab ties, like opening a new page. State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi says China and Arab world should take this opportunity to build the strategic partnership to increase political trust, cooperate, and develop together. President Xi this morning announced very broad cooperation plans. To name a few, Xi pledged that China will provide loans to help Arab states in economic reconstruction. China plans to import goods worth over $8 trillion from Arab states in the next coming 5 years. And China will press ahead with free trade area talks with Arab states and invite hundreds of Arab elites to China over the next 3 years. While China's State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi says China and Arab world should take this opportunity to build a strategic partnership to increase political trust, cooperate, and develop together.
Right, and Yasser, coming to you in Cairo now, how will Arab states gain from this elevation of ties with China?
Yes, the Arab countries view China as a superpower that has been leading the world economically in the last few years, and with the future also is a big leader on the international scene. And it's important to note that if you talk politically, China has had quite a positive feedback or support of the issues in the Middle East, especially the Palestinian-Israeli issue, which is the main conflict in the region. And China has always maintained that it supports a two-state solution with a Palestinian independent state in Jerusalem as its capital. So, and this is the stance by the Arab countries, and the Arab countries, therefore, they see China as a friend, unlike other countries in the West that have taken a different turn concerning issues like the Palestinian conflict. Also, the Chinese stance concerning always a peaceful solution to the different conflicts in the region has always been also eye to eye with the Arab countries. Therefore, their vision of working with China closely is important for the policies of the Arab countries and also for the future of the region. That's politically and economically as well. The closeness and the strategic relationship is going even stronger every year.
And Wu Guoxiu, coming back to you in Beijing, what are some of the key highlights from the Cooperation Forum?
Well, this afternoon in Beijing, foreign ministers of China and Arab countries held their meeting for hours. Wang Yi says that China is further opening up itself, while Arab countries are stepping up industrialization and diversifying its economy. And these two trends meet with each other very well. China has begun building 4 industrial parks in Egypt, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Oman. And the parks will be connected with nearby ports, combining with railroad network in the Arab region to promote trade connectivity and its influence. He also says for China and Arab countries' cooperation under the Belt and Road framework, energy will be the axis, basic infrastructure and trade will be the wings, nuclear power, aerospace, and clean energy will be the areas for breakthroughs. Well, about security issue in the Middle East, as our colleague have mentioned just now, China says it will give more pragmatic support to Palestinian people, including free financial assistance and emergency humanitarian aid.
And finally, Yasser, going forward, what are some of the priority areas that Arab states like Egypt will be looking to realize with China's assistance?
Obviously, the economic side it takes a priority for many Arab countries, including Egypt. Egypt, for example, is trying to rebuild an economy that has been suffering from political instability in the last 7 years. And the Chinese involvement in this process has been very clear and evident, especially with the investments of China in several projects, with the infrastructure projects taken by China, with the railway system and the deals for constructing railway system here in Egypt. It has been a very important part of the cooperation between China and the Arab nations. There's also the infrastructure contained or connected to the Belt and Road Initiative. Egypt stands at a focal point in this road, and the Suez Canal being the focal trading area. You know that the Arab countries are the second largest trading partner for China at around $191 billion. That's 20% increase than in 2017. So there is an increase in trade and cooperation between China and the Arab countries, and it shows that there is more coming up in the future, more ties, more investments, and more cooperation between China and the Arab nations.
All right, thank you both for that. Wu Guoshu speaking to us live there from Beijing, and CGTN's Yasser Hakim in Cairo.